Alright. I'm recording this so that if anything goofy happens while I'm riding, I can get it. And maybe it'll work out. Be my first YouTube video. I just stopped to get gas, but the thing would not take my card. It said, unable to read chip, unable to read chip. Stupid. Just read the chip. You know what I'm saying? Oh well. That's okay. What's this guy doing? He's just over there blinking. Blink, blink, blink. Weirdo. My whole family's telling me not to leave tonight. So, but I am. I've got to get to class tomorrow. So, we'll see if it was a mistake. See if I die. What are these guys? Guess I better slow down. What you doing? Oversized load. Oh, they're painting. Nice. That's cool. I will say, I'll go the speed limit 100% on the way home today. Just in case. And I'll use my brights a lot, probably. I can see pretty far with those, but not too far with the regular. So, hopefully it gets warmer. It's kind of cold over here. There's another painter guy. Today, excuse me, somebody hit my bike today. I was parked right in front of my car, which is in my parking spot in my apartment complex, and a guy with a U-Haul backed up, and it knocked over my bike into my car. And it was kind of funny because my bike was there. I got off to go say goodbye to my wife. Because I parked my bike on the end of the complex instead of in my spot. And my wife was signing paperwork with some people that were moving in, and they asked me to install an AC for them, so I left my bike there and went and installed their AC and stuff, and I come back and my bike's tipped over onto my car, and I was like, what the heck? So we watched the security footage, and they backed into my bike a little bit with their U-Haul and tipped over onto my car, so it's kind of funny. The bike's okay. Perfectly okay. There's a little bit of damage on my car, but it's not bad. Not bad by any means. So I'm gonna go see how much it would cost to get it fixed, just to see. But so that was an interesting day, interesting thing that happened to me today. Then after I got all that figured out, rode up here to Island Park to go see a play at the Yellowstone Playhouse with my family. It was pretty good. Pretty good play. It was a spoof on Mission Impossible or whatever. Yeah, it was pretty funny. So now I'm riding back. Played some COD Mobile with my younger brother and sister for longer than I should have. So now I've got to ride home in the dark. Look out for deer and whatnot. I think I'll be okay. But time will tell. So it's not as pretty out here in the dark. Not as pretty. Can't see anything. I'm gonna get attacked by a bear or something. That's always my worst fear when coming up here. Worst fear when coming up here is bears. When I was 12 years old, at scout camp, my first scout camp ever, we drop our car and trailer off at our camp, and the first rule they gave us was no food near the campsites. And we had our trailer with a tote that had snacks in it, and we all went down for like a flag ceremony or something, and then we came back, and we had just gotten there, so like we hadn't had time to put anything away or anything, but we get back and there's this bear rocking back and forth on this tote full of snacks, just huffing and puffing. He finally gets it open, and he takes our marshmallows. And, I mean, nothing happened. They ended up trapping the bear and probably killing it. I'm not sure. I don't think they typically relocate them. Because they could just find their way back pretty easy. So, I'd imagine that they killed it. Which is kind of sad, but anyway, ever since then I've had this irrational fear of bears. I remember watching Animal Planet when I was like 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, whatever, and being freaked out because they always had this bear segment where they went over, they'd interview people who'd been attacked by bears, and they had all these fake videos of people getting attacked by bears and stuff. Oh, it freaked me out. But I had to watch. I had to see what happened, you know? I had to. But, now look at me. 25 years old and don't like bears. But, and last year, up here, somebody got killed by a bear. Just hiking down the trail. Bear came up and killed her, I guess. So, you know, I don't know why bears do what they do, but sometimes they'll leave you alone, like that bear at scout camp did, and sometimes they won't. They'll eat you or whatever. So, freaky. I need a pee. But because of my fear of bears, I probably will not be doing so. Your rights are on, sir. Not you, idiot. Also, if any of you know, on the bottom of this bike is a 2025 Honda Rebel 300. There's 3 breather tubes or something. I know one is for gas, one is for the crankcase, and one is something else. I'm not 100% sure what the other one is. Every time, like if I run it for a short period of time, it always leaks something onto the ground. And I think it's gas. I know gas can like stay on the asphalt for a longer period of time than it does on like concrete or whatever. Like it doesn't dry up immediately. And I've smelled it before. It smells like gas. But it just doesn't make sense to me that it would be gas, because it like stays for a while, you know what I mean? So it makes me nervous that it's oil or something. But at the same time, the tubes don't collect dirt or dust or anything. Like the tubes are pretty clean. So it confuses me every time, you know, if I ride to school. School is only like, it's like a 2-minute ride. So I'll ride to school or ride home from school, and I'll get off, put the cover on it. By the time I get the cover on it, there's something on the ground. But if I ride it for any longer than that, and it warms up or something, in my mind it's that it warms up, but I'm not sure. But anyway, if I ride it for long enough, nothing drips on the ground when I park it. You know, like this ride, this is an hour and 20-minute ride or so. You know, I'll get home and I'll sit there and watch it. I'll watch for the drip for like 5 minutes. And nothing. No drip. So it's just kind of weird. Kind of bothers me. Like, what's dripping, you know? And it's a brand new bike. It only has 1,600 miles on it. Almost 17. I'll get it up to 17 on this ride. But, you know, brand new bike. I don't want anything to be wrong with it already. But, whatever. It is what it is, I guess. I think it is just gas. I talked to my dad about it today. He says it's probably just gas. So, speaking of my Honda Rebel 300, what should my next bike be? I've thought about an adventure bike potentially, so I could come up here and do the trail rides with my dad and stuff when he comes up. A little bit more explorer worthy, you know. I don't have to worry about if the road's paved or not. And I think I would like that. However, I am a short rider. I'm 5'2", so I'm super short. And most adventure bikes are pretty tall. I mean, not tall, but you know, too tall for me. I rode my dad's dirt bike. He's got a Yamaha 450 WR or something, and it's too tall for me. I could probably figure it out if I had some practice, how to stop and whatnot, but I rode it twice, and both times when it was time for me to get off, I dumped it, dropped it. So luckily he wasn't mad. He just bought it. He wasn't upset, I don't think. The clutch lever did break a little bit, like the end broke off, but it's still functional and still works. So I'm happy that it still works. I would have felt so bad. He was so excited to get it, but it's okay. I know he's been riding it since, so. But yeah, adventure bike too tall, I think. Unless I could find one that's a little bit more short rider friendly. I saw one at Walmart that looked pretty good. It's definitely shorter than that dirt bike my dad's got, but I've also thought about just getting a dirt bike and making it street legal, or getting a dual sport. Um, I don't know much about bikes, but I think a dual sport is different than a dirt bike from what I understand. I'm not sure. But yeah, I thought about that. I thought about, I like the look of the MT-07s. I think those are pretty cool. I definitely want something faster than this. Even my dad's dirt bike, I rode it, and I was having a blast. Don't get me wrong, this Rebel's great, but in a year, I think I'll be eager to get on something a little bit more powerful. And I think I could get, I think I'll go for like a 600 or something if I go for a street bike. And I think, I'm not sure, but dual sports probably just go up to 450. I've been looking into Honda, the Honda CRF dual sport bikes. But again, I think those are pretty tall. So I like the looks of the MT-07s. I like the looks of more kind of the naked bike style. I think the sport bike would be fun. But I think that the more power that I have, the more trouble I will be prone to get into. And I feel like I'm pretty responsible, but you know, maybe not. I definitely pushed this bike to its limits. So I don't know. I'll have to test ride some and see what I think. But yeah, I'm just not sure. But this bike has been so awesome. I've loved every second of it. It's so much fun. I didn't ever think that I'd really get into motorcycles. But my car broke down probably about 2 months ago. And they told me they didn't know how long of a wait it would be for the part. My key got stuck in the on position, so I couldn't turn my car off. The way I turned it off was unplugging the fuel pump fuse so that the engine just choked out, which worked, you know, but I wasn't really willing to do that all the time. And so I took it in. They didn't have a timeline for me. They said it could be a few weeks. It could be 6, 7, 8, you know, however many months. And it is a Volkswagen, you know, so foreign parts or whatever. I don't know. I don't get it. But, yeah, so the next day, I impulse bought this. I wasn't about to buy another car because I knew I'd have that one back soon, and I just wanted something to get around until my car came back. And I was actually initially looking at Honda Groms, but I didn't like the idea of it being topped out at, you know, 50 or 60. Don't get me wrong, the Honda Groms look fun. I should test ride one of those actually. I think I would like one of those one day. But anyway, didn't like the idea of those. Then I saw this Rebel, and one of my good friends owned a Rebel. He owned a Rebel 500. I never did ride it, but he talked very highly of it. He loved it, and so I figured that this would last me longer in the long run. You know, I could get more out of it. You know, go on trips like this where the speed limits are a little bit higher. Not worry about, you know, my capabilities as far as where I can go. So I decided I'd go with this. And it tops out at, I've gotten it to almost to 90. I've gotten it to 89 once. And it was down this hill. So, but on flat ground it tops out at about 80. 75, 80. So it'll do the freeway speeds, but nothing more, which is perfect. It is just, in general, pretty slow, you know. Acceleration's slow. It feels pretty gutless when I'm trying to pass people on the freeway. But yeah, so I just like something with a little more power, and we'll see what that brings me next year. I want to have this paid off by January, and also my car paid off by January. I owe about the same amount on them. So this was $4,500 or something at the dealership, and then after taxes and fees and with the interest, it comes out to about $6,000. And then my car, I've almost got it down to $4,000. And so I think if I get a little bit more work opportunities, I'll be able to afford to pay them down pretty quick. So, and then next summer I'll probably just trade this one in and save up a little bit before then, so I can afford something a little bit more. I don't know what they'd give me. Maybe I'd probably just try to sell it privately, but yeah, I could probably get more out of it that way, but we'll see. We will see what I want to do. And who knows? Maybe I won't want to get another bike. I'll just keep this one. Keep this one for another year, another season. So it's already warmer, just a little bit farther down this hill. I'm warming up, so that's nice. I was getting pretty cold. So yeah. I should have recorded the ride up. It was so pretty. Or just left a little bit earlier. There's the sunset and everything. It would have been awesome. Now it's just dark, and people won't turn off their brights at me. Dark and you can't see anything. Feels empty. Like my soul. Just kidding. I have a pretty full soul. Pretty good life. So I think I'll stop here at this gas station and get some gas. Maybe I will. I could probably just make it, to be honest. Oh no. Down to 1 bar. Don't want to risk it. I've been getting better at my downshifting. I don't know if you can hear it if I do it. So probably not. But whenever the speed limit changes here, I'll downshift a few times. Yeah, it's going to change right here. So, I don't know, that was pretty good, right? You tell me. You tell me. Do another one. Not downshifting, rev matching. That's what I'm trying to get good at. They say to pull in the clutch, shift down, and blip the throttle all at the same time. Like that. So, I don't know. I think I'm getting it down. The hard thing for me is to brake and do it at the same time. Like, I don't have the coordination or whatever. Big bump. Please do not deny me. Please. Please do not. Open sesame. Insert card. Remove only when prompted. Shut up. Please remove card. Okay, that was quick. Chip read failed. Dang. Declined. Wow. Okay, this is top secret information, so I'm gonna flip my helmet up. But I'll keep talking, don't you worry, you listeners and viewers. Not that anybody's probably listening or viewing. I'm just talking though. I decided this is what I want to do, is ride around and talk. I'll make it a YouTube channel. Maybe I don't have enough on my card for it to think, oh yes, this is safe. Because I only have $10 on there. So, don't know what the problem is. So I will try this. Move some of my other money over there. Transfer exceeds source account. Oh, you idiot. Semi-truck is over there. Tried to transfer it from the wrong account. Okay, let's try you now. This is embarrassing. I'll probably just cut this part out. Oh. Okay. I guess. It just didn't feel safe taking the money from that card with that amount of money on it, I guess. Which is stupid. I only am gonna put like a gallon or two in here. Idiot. Not even 2 gallons. 1.5. 1.5. Close. Transfer my wife's money back. That was stupid. Really, really stupid. Okay, is this even still recording? Nice. Okay. Oh, let me get out my top secret app. Do you like my password? Add fill up. Odometer 1699. Quantity 1.527. Total cost 5.88. Filling station Exxon. Save. That trip I got 73 miles to the gallon, which is actually pretty impressive because I was booking it. I don't know why this one was so bad. Whatever. It was 112 miles between Phillips. What's this guy doing? Oh, we got company here now. I gotta get out of here. You like that? I threw up on my arm. Because I was coughing so hard. I recently just got diagnosed with asthma. Asthma. I had asthma as a kid. Apparently, if it goes away, it can come back. Well, I guess what the doctor said is it never really goes away, which is kind of dumb. I didn't know that. I just know I haven't experienced, any symptoms since I was like 8. But here I am, coughing. I'm not fully convinced it's asthma because they gave me 2 inhalers. One I take morning and night, and the other I take every 4 hours or before like exercise and stuff. And I haven't noticed a huge difference. I think it might be helping a little bit. But I'm just not sure. But I've had this cough for freaking forever, like since April. It's July right now. So, and it did, at first, the cough accompanied other symptoms. I had sore throat, runny nose, all the good stuff. Just a cold. And about the time I decided I would see an ENT, I just had the cough. None of the other symptoms or anything. And they sent me to do a pulmonology test, and I guess my lungs aren't working all that great. I have asthma type symptoms. When I blow out, I cough really bad. Stuff like that. So they said that I do have asthma and blah blah blah. But now I'm starting to have a sore throat and a little bit more of a productive cough. I'm coughing up stuff. So I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. Maybe I do have asthma, but maybe I also have something else. I'm not sure. So they told me to make an appointment with the pulmonologist, but they don't. The pulmonologist doesn't have very much availability. They said it'd probably be a few months before I can get in. So that's annoying. But I guess I should make the appointment regardless. And if I'm better by then I'll just cancel it. But if I'm not, I'll probably be glad I made it. Man, forget what I said about being warmer. I'm freezing now. I think I'm driving by some fields and stuff where they're watering. It gets cold when you drive by those. So, yeah, you guys will have to let me know if you like this kind of content or if I should do. I think I'll still do this, but I'll probably clip it so that you don't have to just hear me talk for an hour or whatever. Get through the video, which I don't expect any of you to get through the whole video. But yeah, I'll probably clip some. I want to clip some, and if anything interesting happens on my rides, then I can post them on TikTok and whatnot. I'd like to do maintenance videos, just simple things of me day-to-daying my bike. Asking for advice on biking, maybe giving advice on biking, stuff like that. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Um, but yeah, let me know with any suggestions. I will take them into consideration for sure. So. I'm kind of sad that gas station is closed. I definitely still need to pee, so. Maybe I'll just pull off the side of the road here soon. Go pee. That's what's great about Idaho. There's just a little town and then nothing for a long time. And then a little town and then nothing. So, and nobody's really out here. There's nobody behind me for sure. I know there's a few people I can see coming towards me. So, but I'm not too worried about it. They're not going to see me or anything inappropriate when I'm just outside in the dark peeing. You know what I mean? So, not too worried about it. What I am worried about is the monsters coming out to eat me, or the peanut snipper guy. I wish you could see the stars on the camera. There's not a whole lot out, but they're pretty. The moon looks pretty too. Pretty, pretty. I don't know if you can hear that, but my tassels of my sweatshirt slap against my helmet. It drives me crazy. Sometimes I tie them on some of my hoodies, but I haven't tied this one yet. I also just have an unholy amount of hoodies, so I wear a different one pretty often. Look at all those sleeping trucks. Named that movie. Alright, now's my chance, I think. You can hear me practice my downshifts. I never really rev match for first gear because it scares me. You know? I don't want to do nothing crazy. Let's put on my hazards, I guess. There's nobody coming from behind me. Whew. Always gives me an eerie feeling when I stop on the side of the road to pee in the middle of the night. You just look off into the darkness. It's so scary. You just know something's out there watching you, waiting to pounce at any moment. Gives me the shivers. This guy's slowing down. Don't slow down, buddy. It's okay. I was just peeing. Okay, so maybe he wasn't slowing down. On the road again. On the road again. I don't know how the song goes. Clearly. But I do know how this goes. Just riding. What you doing? Oh, I'm just riding. And I'm not going to apologize for having my brights on, because there's nobody on this road. They say in the little motorcycle handbook or whatever you study for the test, they say to stay pretty close to cars so you can use their headlights for help to see. And as you can see, I have no help. Where's my help? Idiots. What happens if you're on the road alone, huh? You didn't go over that. That's okay. I'll just die, I guess. Bouncy. Bouncy. I hope that you can hear me talking, because I know there's a lot of wind noise. There's definitely a lot of wind noise in my helmet. So I'm not sure what it sounds like for you guys. Like I said, this is kind of my first time putting all this together. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. You know what I want to be like? I want to be like the Jake Shatner of motorcycles. You guys know Jake Shatner? He's like worked his way up with cars and stuff, just making content. And he just works on his cars. He gets stuff from people, like companies. He'll send them exhausts and all sorts of different stuff to put on their car, promote their company. Like, that's freaking sick. He's got an M4, he's got a Supra. Got a Lamborghini Huracan. What else does he got? He's got a Camry. Heck yeah. That'd be pretty cool. He just bought his house. I guess not just bought his house. He's had it for a while. But, you know what I mean? Like, that's sick. I've got mad respect for that guy. I guess if you work hard, it pays off. For some people, it might look different. Right now, I'm trying to work hard for school, get my schooling done, and hopefully one day that pays off. Some people work hard at sports, they perform well, it's paying off. Some people work hard and learn how to manage their money, it pays off. They don't go into debt. They don't make stupid decisions with their money. All sorts of things. Then they end up, financially free. They don't have to worry about those kind of things. I find it interesting how different life is for people. Like everybody experiences something different. We can kind of relate to each other. We've all been through, not all, but, you've been through similar experiences as somebody else, but they're never going to be the same, exactly the same. Good and bad. People experience success and joy, and people experience sadness and hardship, and it's different for everybody. I think Joe Rogan says, or I heard him say, that the hardest thing you've ever experienced is the hardest thing you've ever experienced. For me, that could be, oh no, somebody punched me in the face or something. I don't know. And then the next person over could be, oh no, my whole family is gone. It's just me left. Comparably, if you look at them both side by side, that's makes the other guy sound kind of stupid for worrying about getting punched in the face. But if you just have yourself as a reference, that's the hardest thing you've ever experienced. Everything else is better than that. Versus the other guy, there's a lot of things that he will experience that won't be as bad as that, as losing your whole family. So, I don't know, I find that interesting. Everybody's life is different, and we all feel the same emotions, if that makes sense. We all experience pretty similar things as far as emotions, and maybe the way we think about things. But our experiences are not the same, and they won't ever be the same. So, some people make more of their experiences than others, and that's okay. Sometimes you don't know that you're supposed to be making something of something. But whatever. I don't know what kind of rant I just went on, but oh well. There are so many bugs on my visor right now. They need to have like a windshield washer fluid and wipers on your visors. Maybe I could just put a spray bottle right here or something of washer fluid and then spray myself sometimes and then wipe it away. Like I wipe away my tears from getting punched in the face, because that's the hardest thing I've ever experienced. Ooh, practice downshifting. I'm gonna go far down because there's nobody behind me. Bump. Oh no! Psych, there's no bump there. My nose is itchy. I think to accelerate, I want to see what my bike's got. Okay, little buddy. Cool. Motorcycles, use caution. There's the bump. Psych, there's no bump. Take your signs down, guys. I struggle to synchronize the whole process of rev matching. You know, sometimes I hit the gas and I end up just accelerating and then pulling in the clutch, and then I look like an idiot. So, still a work in progress, but I'm getting better. See, watch this. Watch this, Mom. Mom, are you watching? Are you watching? I bet my mom is watching me right now. Life 360. She told me not to leave, and I said, have to. So, here I go. But so far, so good. I've only got, I don't know, 20 minutes left till I'm home, so. '17. 1917. Have you guys seen that movie? That movie was freaking cool. The way it was filmed is so cool. There's like no breaks, no cuts in the thing. It's just one continuous. They just follow this soldier for one continuous shot. Like, it's pretty cool. I think it only cuts out the soldier gets like knocked out or injured or something. I can't remember, but it cuts out, goes black for that, and then once he wakes up, it continues on like that. So I'd be curious how they edited that. I'm sure there's times where the soldier ran behind the pillar, like on the other side of the pillar than the camera. So I'm sure they could take breaks when things like that happen. But as far as the movie goes, it was just one continuous shot. Like, it's pretty cool. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I am. What's in there? I am freezing. I am freezing. Lights! Oh, darkness. I should try to get to 1,777 or 76 miles by the 4th of July. That way my bike is a true patriot. I think there's a bug in my helmet. Rexburg! 3 exits. Next 3 exits. I'm gonna take the first exit so I can slow down a little and stop being so freezing. 1 more mile. Oh, maybe I'm not taking that exit. I know you can't see that yet, but there's a whole bunch of cops up there. Crazy! Maybe it's just 1 cop. I can't really tell. Oh, but it's not at the exit, so I am going to take the exit, and I want to go see what's going on over there. What's going on over there? Oh, here's my stop. I always do that. I always turn off my blinker before I even turn. Such an idiot. Okay, guys, you can turn green now. There's nobody coming. It's okay. This is so sad. Please. In the little motorcycle handbook thingy they gave me to study, it says you can go through a red light if it's been through 1 cycle. But that doesn't really make sense to me, because wouldn't going through 1 cycle give you a green light? Question mark? I'm going. Oh, I should not have taken this exit. Maybe I should have. Maybe they'll let me through. I wonder if somebody's okay. If everybody's okay. I hope so. I don't like it when people get hurt. We'll slow down and rubberneck a little. Looks like a little bit of a crash here. Dang. Didn't look too bad. I hope everybody's okay. Whoop, whoop. You know those people that drive the same cars as the local police people? I don't like those people. I mean, I normally don't even speed or anything, but, you know, whenever you see a cop, you just think, oh crap, I'm doing something wrong. What is it? No idea, but it's something. And, yeah, just makes you question yourself. And then they get closer, and it's not a local policeman. And then sometimes it is. They're tricky. Tricky little guys. I can't really see, but I think this Subaru in front of me has got a big old wing. He's got his Lesbaru wing. Just kidding, Lesbarus. Subarus are pretty sick, actually. I like Subarus. Yeah, he's got a wing. Oh, he doesn't like that I'm getting closer to him. Trust me, buddy. I don't want to race you. I promise. You will beat me. 100%. 100%. Your lights aren't on. I did not mean to honk. That's super embarrassing. Ooh, a fellow motorbiker. Nope. Wait, maybe? No. Moped guy. Still cool. Still cool, I guess. I guess. Still two wheels, right? As a new motorcycle rider, are there people we don't give the wave to? Oh, like that, like I just accelerated. But anyway, are there people I don't give the wave to? Everybody says Harley riders don't wave to sport bikers. I think I'll still wave to them, though. Two wheels is two wheels, man. You know what I mean? Why are these on? Is anybody crossing? I don't think so. Crazy. Oh, that stop sign hiding. He's hiding. Carry on. Bad shift. I want to be in this lane. When I first got this bike, I was too scared to take this corner at the speed limit. And now I do it a little bit faster. Crazy. What? Train check always makes me jump. That's where I'm taking my car to get fixed, maybe. Oh, my butt hurts. You ever get used to riding for long periods of time, you know? Do you know what I'm saying?
Glizzy.